Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Flathead Field in northwestern Montana. We're in the Flathead Valley, and it's time for a big night and a milestone for the Glacier Range Riders. It was 1 year ago today that the Glacier Range Riders, then just known as Ridge Run Baseball, broke the news that they were bringing professional sports to the Flathead Valley. It has been a long and arduous journey, building a stadium in record time, unveiling the branding, getting coaching staff, a team, everything together. But tonight, it is another chance to look back at what has been accomplished in the past year, from a dream to reality. And not only the reality tonight will be the baseball in front of you, it will be the team that the Range Riders are playing. It is a team that has a fairly long and storied history. The Boise Hawks. Boise Hawks, of course, they've struggled this season, but you know, the team from Idaho State Capital, they got a strong 35-year history. They have 6 Northwest League titles, which mostly in High A, and they most recently won the Northwest League in 2004. In 2020, of course, they were unaffiliated, as was the Pioneer League, and they were brought into the fold as a member of the Independent Pioneer League. But when they were affiliated, they were affiliated to 3 different MLB teams, the Angels, the Cubs, and the Rockies. I'll go over a few more tidbits about the history of the Boise Hawks as we continue to go. This is the first matchup ever, all time. You're going to see an absolutely cool and interesting first here at the stadium. Whether you're on the broadcast or whether you're just watching on your phone as you park the car, it will be a really cool moment to see the Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders, 2 franchises that have a lot of respect for each other and right now are battling to kind of stay in the playoff hunt. It is a tough couple weeks for the Boise Hawks. They have coming into this 6-game series with the Glacier Range Riders, and they currently sit in last place in the South Division with a 5-19 record. The Glacier Range Riders, a 10-14 record, puts them at last place in the North Division. However, the Glacier Range Riders control their own destiny, technically, and I'll get to that at some point. But for now, let's see our nation's colors and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we that's gleaming, stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we walk, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night our flag was still there. Oh, say does that spangled banner o'er the land free.
Back here, Scott Gladstone with you to bring you game number 72 of the season for these Glacier Range Riders. It's game number 73 for the Boise Hawks. Glacier Range Riders have yet to make up a 4th of July clash that was postponed against the Great Falls Voyagers. But tonight on game number 72, home game number 37, the Glacier Range Riders will start Kevin Kyle. You see him right there on your screen. Kevin Kyle wearing the number 27. He is originally from Elk Grove, California. This is his rookie season. He finished up his spring with Georgia Gwinnett, and this spring was not played as much due to injury that took him out of the end of the season, but his record and his marks were absolutely fantastic. A 6-0 record, 1.38 ERA, and he had 52 innings pitched, 65 strikeouts to 12 walks. This season, the walks have been a little bit too high. The strikeouts have been a little bit too low, 26-19 in terms of a strikeout to walk ratio, 8.64 ERA, and he is still searching for his first professional win as a range rider here. And this is his 6th start, his 9th overall appearance for the man wearing number 27. Kevin Kyle, 6'1", 210 pounds. And again, out of Oak Grove, California, by way of Georgia Gwinnett. I'll tell you what, he is also a great locker room guy, one of the funnier guys to have on the team and around. And he will be excited to have a good start here if he can get off the ground against the Boise Hawks. The Boise Hawks are a team that have struggled offensively. And so, in theory, if you're trying to get off the ground against a team, Glacier Range Riders are really looking to do so. You look at this series for both sides. It's a series that they don't want just to win. They want to be able to dominate the other team. Pitch number 1 is in the zone, a called strike, 7:03 first pitch, 88 degrees and sunny here in the Flathead Valley. 0-1 is the count to Tyler Jorgensen, the leadoff man. That one misses off the plate. Count goes to 1-1. The rest of the lineup for the Boise Hawks, and bear with me as I've seen 3 teams all season except for a brief 3-gamer with the Idaho Falls Chuckers, as that one is fouled back. So I've said the same 3 crops of names pretty much all season. So it's my first time dealing with Boise and really even thinking about Boise after the Range Riders don't play them on the road at all. They haven't played them on the road at all, so I've only know them from box scores and other different highlights. Count goes to 2-2, and that one misses low. So after Jorgensen, it's Sakara playing second base, Teixeira batting second, playing third base is Sakara. Teixeira will be the right fielder, as that one's fouled back, stays 2-2. Gill bats cleanup. He's the first baseman. Wallstad is the designated hitter. Minder is the shortstop. The bottom 3 are Rathbone, Dudois, and Bailey. Zach Penrod gets the start for the Boise Hawks on this Tuesday night. 2-2. Called strike 3. Great pitch from Kevin Kyle to get his night started. Up comes Abraham Sakara. Sakara on the season, second on the team in batting average, .324. He has 1 home run and 21 RBIs. Juan Teixeira, who is on deck right now, leads these Boise Hawks in home runs and batting average, batting .353 and 12 home runs. First pitch to Abraham Sakara is outside. Count goes to 1-0. That pitch misses as well. It's 2-0 to Sakara. Sakara, a switch-hitting infielder from Venezuela, went to the University of North Florida. This is his rookie season. The 2-0. Swung on, fouled back. Count goes 2-1. Again, this is the anniversary celebration of the announcement of a brand new baseball team in the Flathead Valley, and we're so excited that you are joining us for this Tuesday night clash. That one said to have missed, not by much, just below the knees from Kevin Kyle. Count goes to 3-1 as Sakara tries to become the first base runner. And a swing and a miss will push the count full. Behind the plate, Kevin Kyle is throwing to the man that he threw to this season at Georgia Gwinnett, Austin Bates, who earns the start. Swung on, hit out, and into center field. A base hit from Abraham Sakara is the first base runner of the contest. On the base paths, I can tell you one thing. Unless it is 2 specific players, there is not a lot of steals for this squad out of Idaho's state capital, and one of them is no longer with the team. So it's really Tyler Jorgensen that might steal bases, but he is 6 for 11 on the year, so really don't count a ton of green lights. These Boise Hawks are last in the PBL in stolen bases. Juan Teixeira up now with Sakara on first. First pitch is down the middle, a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Kevin Kyle, 12 pitches through his first 2 batters. Of course, 1 out on the strike 3 called. And Sakara reaching on a base hit. 0-1 with 1 out, runner on first, top of the first inning here. Pitch is in the zone, a called strike. Count goes to 0-2. Teixeira on the season. Already mentioned his stats, but I'll say it again because they are really good numbers for him. 353 and 12 home runs. By far leads this squad with 71 RBIs. That one misses low and away. Count goes to 1-2. 15th pitch for Kevin Kyle. Teixeira playing right field, as I said. He's a right-hander, originally from Florida, and is 24 years old. The 1-2 with 1 out. Pitch in. Misses up high. Count goes to 2-2. The defensive alignment for the Glacier Range Riders tonight. Eddie McCabe plays over at third base. Mason Dennison is the shortstop. Ryan Cash is second base. And Brody Wofford will be the first baseman. Brant Broussard returns from a weekend absence. And Ben Mcconnell is in center field. Ryan Cole is in right field. Didn't say it specifically, but Brant Broussard is in left field after not appearing over the weekend. Foul ball. And we're going to do 2-2 again. How big would it be for Kevin Kyle to be able to get his first professional win off his back? Tell you what, he loves playing here in Glacier. And I'm sure he would love to have his name stamped on a win. 2-2. Misses low and in the dirt. Count goes to 3-2. Another full count pitch coming from Kyle into a batter. Last time he had a full count pitch into Sakara. Sakara was able to hit it fairly softly, but right in between Cash and Dennison for a base hit. 3-2, 1 out. Kyle sets, prepares to fire. Runners going, swung on and missed. The throw to second is not in time. And of course, I said it earlier, and it is out as we get batter's interference. That's going to be batter's interference there. The swing from Teixeira took him over across the plate. I'm going to try and clip that, see if we can look at a replay of it. Yeah. As I look down, you see right here, Teixeira's on the other side of the plate, which means that he crossed over the plate and thus interfered or deemed to have interfered with the throw from Bates. I was a little bit late on clipping that, but you can see very clearly you got to stay in your box. You can't cross the plate. So that is what that call out was. Batter's interference for out number 3. Strikeout, batter's interference amount. We head to the bottom of the first. The Glacier Range Riders, how do they line up this season? Well, I can tell you, or this game, I can tell you it is Ben Mcconnell leading off per usual. Ryan Cash batting second. Livingston Morris third. Brody Wofford fourth. Eddie McCabe fifth. Ryan Cole sixth. The bottom three are Dennison, Bates, and Broussard. Here is the leadoff man per usual, Ben Mcconnell. At this point in the season, he pretty much has his name etched into Range Riders lore. He has a ton of different achievements in terms of the firsts of this franchise. And he currently is the record holder for runs scored in a season with 71 and growing. This one's hit over to third. The third baseman will not field it cleanly. The shortstop will also not field it cleanly. That was Sakara that went full layout for it, and Minder that was unable to field it cleanly. For Ben Mcconnell, I think that's got to go down as a base hit, just knowing that slow roller. But we'll see what the official scoring is. I'll tell you when I get it. It will be credited as an error to the Hawks, I believe. I think that's what it will officially go down as. First pitch into Ryan Cash is a foul ball. Let's go over the defensive alignment while I just mentioned two of them. Rathbone's behind the plate. Sakara is at third base. Minder, the shortstop, who I believe just got that error. Dudois is the second baseman, and Gill plays over at first base. That one misses inside. Count goes to 1-1. The outfield from left to right is Bailey, Jorgensen, and Teixeira. Ryan Cash standing at the plate. Switch hitter batting out of the right-handed batter's box. And McConnell's running. This one's hit, and it will get through. The second baseman was out of position because he was about to try and catch McConnell stealing, and that went right where the second baseman Dudois was. Works out perfectly on the hit and run, and runners on the corners with no outs. Up comes Livingston Morris now. Big Livy sent a ball 444 feet over the left field fence in his last game. We're going to have a conversation where Rathbone steps forward and says some things to the infield, making sure they're all on the same page, as they're going to be backed up right now. No chance in trying to worry too much about McConnell. If you're able to get a double play, that would be the priority, and eat the run. First pitch misses the zone from Zach Penrod. I haven't been able to tell you about Zach Penrod yet because of getting everything else out of the way. Zach Penrod, I mean, he is a hometown kid, right, from near Boise in Nampa, Idaho. That is his hometown. The pitch there misses. Count goes to 2-0. Played last season with the Boise Hawks. Had a 3-4 record, 5.66 ERA, 14 starts. This is his fourth start of the year, and he had an 85 strikeout to 42 walk ratio. 2-0 coming in to Livingston Morris. Finds the zone. Count goes to 2-1. On first base, it's Ryan Cash. On third base, it's Ben Mcconnell. Cash has a lot of speed. Wouldn't go too far to say there's a possibility of him trying to swipe a base, especially with the runners on the corner situation. You never know with McConnell over at third. That one, said to have hit the zone. Livingston, clearly not too big of a fan of the call, but I just love the way he approaches at the plate. He does not step out of the box, and that is all kind of his form, I think, of intimidation, that he's not going to back down once. 2-2. Misses on the inside. Could have been the punch out there. Penrod desperately wanted it. Going to have to put a full count pitch into Livingston Morris. A ball will load the bases with no outs here in the first inning. Exactly the opposite of how Penrod would want to start. 3-2, no outs. Penrod kicks, fires. Foul ball. Let's do it again. Penrod on the season, a 7.47 ERA. He is also looking for his first win of the season with an 0-2 record. And he has 16 strikeouts to 9 walks. Will this be number 10? Another foul ball. Livingston Morris taking the bat off his shoulder twice. Another 3-2 coming in with runners on the corners. The pitch, swung on and missed. Penrod, good response for allowing runners on the corners with no outs. Gets a huge strikeout of the Glacier number 3 batter, Livingston Morris. Up comes Brody Wofford now. Wofford got Sunday off, but he has been swinging a hot bat in the past 2 weeks. He had a stretch of 8 home runs in 8 games for the Glacier Range Riders. Now he prepares to have the lefty-lefty matchup as the first barks, or I should say woofs, of the game are underway with the Wolf Pack out there woofing for Wofford. First pitch is a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Wofford has a ton of sac flies this year. Let me look up at the stats real quick to try and figure out exactly how many. He has 7, leads the team. And that would do the trick here as he swings on the pitch, and it's a foul ball. Walking back to first as Ryan Cash was running on the pitch. And will be on the corners with 1 out and an 0-2 count. Penrod at 16 pitches. Penrod did have a brief stint in 2018 with the Texas Rangers Rookie League, or Arizona Rookie Ball team. Had 4 appearances for the Rangers there, and this is going to be an error that will get a runner home and a runner to second. Tried to go with the quick pickoff over of Cash. Gill was not in position to handle that one. An E1 means Mcconnell scores, Cash moves to second. And for the Boise Hawks, where it seems like nothing, especially in this past week, has gone right for them this season, an incredibly frustrating start to their first ever contest at Flathead Field. 1-0, the Glacier Range Riders have the lead here in the bottom of the first. Wofford still with a chance to get an RBI under his belt, but it will be a little bit more difficult with a runner on second rather than third. Up high, count goes to 1-2 for Brody Wofford. The rest of Wofford's stats on the season, besides his 7 sacrifice flies, a .267 batting average, 16 home runs, 58 ribbies for the left-hander that finished his college ball at Georgia Gwinnett before playing 2 years for the Lake Erie Crushers in the Frontier League. 1-2 with 1 out. Called, strike 3, and Wofford will have to walk back to the dugout. Penrod, other than his error, responded incredibly well to the 2 leadoff hits against him, or whatever they're going to go down as. Technically, the run will go down officially as unearned because Mcconnell would not have reached base, and any more runs this inning because I believe both of the first situations were called errors. And that means if Cash gets across, there should have been 3 outs. So, well, actually, no. Scratch that. Yes, correct. I'm back and forth on it. But yes, there should be 3 outs because it was deemed an error on the Mcconnell hit to the shortstop. 0-1. Swung on. This one's going to be foul down the third base line. Count goes to 0-2. Zach Penrod at 20 pitches. You'll notice the pitch counter on our scoreboard there. That does not update until the end of the current at-bat. So he's two pitches into this at-bat. That's the reason why he's at 20 rather than 18 as it says. Eddie McCabe at the plate. Third baseman today. Fouls it back. Count stays at 0-2. Zach Penrod, before he before he went to play those 4 games with the Texas Rangers organization. He finished up his collegiate ball at Northwest Nazarene. The 0-2 pitch with 2 outs and a runner on second. Misses up high. Count goes to 1-2. Northwest Nazarene is in Penrod's hometown of Nampa, Idaho. He also did play 1 season for Corbin University in Salem, Oregon, an NAIA school. Plays in the same conference, the Cascade Collegiate Conference, as Lewis Clark State. That one misses up high. 2-2 now is the count with 2 outs and a runner on second. That 2018 summer was eventful for Penrod. He started it with the Walla Walla Sweets of the Western Collegiate Summer Baseball League. And then that is when he signed the contract with the Rangers to finish up his summer in rookie ball. 2-2. Misses inside. Penrod again avoids getting that punch-out pitch on a 2-2. Same thing happened against Morris, and even though he eventually won the battle, did drive his pitch count up a little bit. Pitch number 25 coming in this inning for Penrod. Tries to get out of it. McCabe, however, on a 3-2 pitch, could extend it with a walk or a hit. Pitch. Foul ball. Let's do it again. The bottom 4, if you weren't here when I read the starting lineup for the Glacier Range Riders, Ryan Cole, Mason Dennison, Austin Bates, and Brant Broussard. Those are the 4 that have yet to see the plate in this first inning. A 3-2 with 2 outs. Ryan Cash, speedy on second. Pitch coming from Penrod to McCabe. Swung on, lifted into shallow center field. It'll be a base hit. Green light going home. No throw home. RBI single on a payoff pitch from Eddie McCabe. Scores, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. This is the first ever Southern Division foe that the Glacier Range Riders have hosted here at Flathead Field. And that is of note because, in general, in head-to-head matchups, the North has dominated the South. And being the northernmost team, just geography-wise, it's made the least sense to have Southern teams match up with Glacier. They started the season against the Rocky Mountain Vibes down in Colorado Springs, and this is the most recent Southern Division team that the Glacier Range Riders have played. That was all the way back on the opening week of this season. Big swing and a miss from Ryan Cole. Count goes to 0-2, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning. Penrod would love to keep this inning under 30 pitches. This will be number 29 for the left-hander. Kicks, fires, misses up high. Ryan Cole so good at adapting his body. When he knows it's coming in high, you can tell he has just this ever so little crouch that he goes into that minimizes his strike zone. Does a really good job at it. Keep an eye out for it on those high pitches. 1-2. Swings on it, laced it. Foul down the left field line, just about 5 inches to the left of third base. That could have had a chance to score McCabe from first because it had extra bases written all over it. Nick Hogan, the other day when I was sitting on the cart as he was tending to the artificial turf, there still is some groundskeeping that has to do, but it's a lot more limited. He called Ryan Cole one of the most unluckiest guys ever in terms of the way he started his season. That one is a called strike 3, and Penrod gets out of it. He strikes out the side, but 2 runs come across in the first inning against him, both unearned. Range Riders lead 2-0. We head to the second. back here. We are in the top of the second inning. It is a Glacier Range Riders 2-0 lead. And the first pitch from Kevin Kyle is a called strike into Raymond Gill. Gill batting fourth in the lineup as technically Kevin Kyle faced the minimum. An offensive interference got one run out. This one is popped up to center field. Backing up is Mcconnell. He gets to the wall. It'll be over the wall. A home run from Raymond Gill. One of the deeper shots, or one of the shots to the deeper part of the park that we've seen at Flathead Field. That one just got up and soared off the bat of Raymond Gill. It is 2-1. The lead is cut in half in one swing of the bat from Gill on the season. That is the 11th home run for Gill. He is now tied for second with Jacob Cruz. Ryan Wallstad throws the first pitch, or sees the first pitch go low in the zone. Count goes to 1-0. One also deemed to have missed. Count is 2-0. Sixth home run given up this year from Kevin Kyle. Now it is 3-0. After Kyle responding to the home run by throwing two pitches near the zone and one that didn't come too close. 3-0 pitch coming in to Ryan Wallstad. Get me over pitch does exactly that. Count goes to 3-1. Minder on deck, Rathbone in the hole. We're guaranteed to see those two as well as Wallstad. That one is called ball 4. Lower part of the zone not being liked by our home plate umpire tonight. Speaking of, our umpires tonight at home plate, it's Eric Martinez. At first base, it's Mike Carr. And at third base, it's Todd Brester. These are three umpires that we have not seen, I have not seen here at Flathead Field this season. First pitch into Trevor Minder. Misses low. Count goes to 1-0. That one also misses. Since giving up the home run, it has been 6 balls and 1 strike from Kevin Kyle. (2-0). No outs. Runner on first. 2-1 ball game. Glacier Range Riders lead the Boise Hawks. A big swing and a miss from Trevor Minder. Count goes to 2-1. Minder on the season. Third on the team in batting average. .317. 1 home run. 10 RBIs. (2-1) with no outs. Wallstad over on first. He's running. It's a hit and run as it's fought off. Count goes to 2-2. I mentioned the Range Riders steal a lot more than these Boise Hawks. On the season, Boise has stolen just 27 bases. Almost got 28 in that last half inning, but the offensive interference screwed that up. And for the Range Riders, they have stolen 113 bases. Closing in on a century more than the Hawks. 2-2. Foul ball. We will do the even count again. 2 years at Georgia Gwinnett. Kevin Kyle, a 15-0 record. In 8 appearances for the Range Riders, he is 0-2. 2-2, no outs, runner on first. Kyle looking for a big first out of the inning. Foul ball fought off by Minder. Minder's the shortstop today. He's from Springfield, Illinois, state capital of Illinois, and played his college ball last year, or this spring, at Tulane. This one is fought off again. Foul ball, going to be out of play. Once again, the defensive alignment for the Range Riders, if you were not here for our first inning. Austin Bates, Georgia Gwinnett man, catching from his pitcher that he caught from this spring at Georgia Gwinnett. He's behind the plate. Eddie McCabe is at third base. Dennison is short. Cash at second. Wofford at first. Outfield from left to right. Broussard, McConnell, and Cole. That means the designated hitter is Livingston Morris. 2-2. Long at bat by Minder. Hits it out to right field. Backing up is Cole. Cole will get there, make the play. The throw into first is enough time for Wallstad to get back, but Wallstad misread that one off the bat. Thought it was going to cook a little bit further, possibly off the wall, and it did not. Went to Cole and a big first out. However, it was a shadow on the wall from Ryan Cole within probably 5 to 10 feet of the wall for Ryan Cole. Speaking of, the light over top of him just came on as I was saying that. Jordan Rathbone, the catcher, now steps up, batting 7th in the lineup, wearing the number 7, and a called strike puts Kevin Kyle back on track, 0-1 with 1 out. Rathbone on the season, .256 batting average, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs for the 5'11 catcher. Not too far away from Boise. He is from Spokane, Washington. Played his college ball a long way from Boise down at Central Florida. Same place where I believe Brody Wofford spent a year. 0-1. Up high. Count goes to 1-1. Rathbone, he has 1 year professional experience under his belt. There's a called strike as he thought it was inside. Count goes to 1-2. Played last year with the Ogden Raptors of the Pioneer League, a team that the Glacier Range Riders will not see this year. One of 3 Southern Division foes that Glacier will not match up with. 1-2. Misses high. Count goes to 2-2. Just a solo home run to lead off the inning for Gill. But even if nothing else is brought across for the Hawks, they have made Kevin Kyle work. Working with the 2-1 lead and a runner on first, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Kevin Kyle gets strikeout and number 4 for himself. Excuse me, that was number 3 for him on the 20th pitch of the inning. And now up comes Haloa Dudois. Dudois is originally from Wailuku, Hawaii. Played his college ball at Concordia Irvine. First pitch misses the body of Dudois, but not by much. Count goes to 1-0. Dudois playing second base. He was the man that would have had the play on that base hit by Ryan Cash, but the hit and run and him having to cover second base pulled him out of position. 1-0 coming in from Kyle. That one also inside and also missed the body of Dudois. He's ahead 2-0. Greetings to the Dudois family, maybe watching back home down in the beautiful paradise that is Hawaii. That one drops into the lower part of the zone, getting a call near the knees for maybe the first time. Kevin Kyle will appreciate it. Count goes to 2-1. That one's deemed to be a ball. Now it'll be a hitter's count for Dudois, up 3-1. Just took a quick glance to see what time it is all the way halfway across the Pacific Ocean in Hawaii. There's a called strike. Count goes to 3-2. So for the Dudois family that is back home watching In Hawaii, it is 3:38. 4 hours time difference from here in northwest Montana. 3-2. Runner is going, and it misses inside. Be a 2-out walk to put the tying run on second base. A go-ahead run on first base for the Boise Hawks. And now the number 9 batter, Jace Bailey, steps up wearing the number 2 jersey. Jace Bailey on the season. This is just his 3rd appearance, and he only has 1 hit to his name. Very well, though. Could pick up his first RBI of the season with a clutch base hit here. He just started his professional career after finishing up the WCL season with the Cowlitz Black Bears. First pitch misses inside. Count goes to 1-0 for Jace Bailey. 22 years of age. Played his college ball in the town that he's now playing his professional ball. Boise State University, he was a Bronco. The 1-0 with 2 outs, runners on first and second. The pitch into Bailey. Misses low. Now it's 2-0. Kevin Kyle. Until the fatigue, as that was pitch number 28 from this inning, as his strike percentage starting to shrink. 2-0 coming in with 2 out and 2 on. And that one was a ball, said the home plate umpire. And that one also said to have been a ball. Wow. Let's take a look at that one, because I was looking in front of me, so I didn't see exactly where the placement on that was. Oof. Jeez. Looked right at the knees for me. At least the frame from Bates was. But, man, it is tough to not get those calls on the low pitch there. And now it was a crucial walk because it brings up the leadoff man, Tyler Jorgensen, who's been really solid this season. 72nd appearance for him as a Boise Hawk, 276 batting average. He has just 1 home run and 38 RBIs. He is, but for all intents and purposes, the fastest player on this team. At least in terms of the main thing that I can call it out for and can tell the speed is stolen bases. However, he also has attempted to steal the most bases. Bases will be loaded for him. 0 for 1. First pitch swinging. A high ball out to left field. Broussard backing up. Broussard backing up. Broussard making the catch. 1 pitch to get out of the jam. Bases loaded. And Austin Bates has to make sure that his pitcher doesn't say anything too unsanctimonious to the umpire after getting some calls that didn't go his way in that half inning. We head to the bottom of the second. It is 2-1. Glacier leads Boise. Gill with a big home run. Back here, we are in the bottom of the second inning. It's the bottom three due up. Mason Dennison at 7. Austin Bates at 8. And Brant Broussard batting 9th in the lineup. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1 after the first pitch misses. Mason Dennison had a very successful start to his career as a range rider. Last week playing in all 6 games, 368 batting average. As this one is dribbled back to the pitcher, Penrod. Penrod fires a bullet over to first base for out number 1. 2-1 is our score here in the bottom of the second between the Boise Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders. The first ever matchup between these two sides, and it comes in the 1-year anniversary of the announcement of a franchise coming to the Flathead Valley. Might have had a couple splinters of a bat that were left on the field there as we got a ball boy that had to run out. That was the reason for the extended delay by a few seconds of Bates stepping into the zone. He rips this one fair. No! Oh! I thought that one was fair. I think that would have been just outside our camera angle. Trying to see if we did catch it. Yeah, it was just outside where our camera angle reaches down that left field line. Now he squares to bunt, drops down a perfect bunt. Fielded by the lefty, the throw. Nice play from Penrod. Another impressive throw from the pitcher over to first base. And he got a good little warm-up on that first out as Bates, you can't drop down a bunt for hit much better than that. And Penrod battles it with a very strong throw to first. Two 1-3 groundouts, and now Brant Broussard stepping in. First pitch just misses the shoe tops. Count goes to 1-0. Penrod trying to work himself a quick inning. To do so, he needs to mow through Broussard with some pace. That one finds the zone. Count goes to 1-1. 2-1 is our score here in the bottom of the second inning. The Glacier Range Riders lead the Boise Hawks after putting 2 across in the first inning of play. That one swung on, popped up down the right field line. The second baseman, Dudois, will run over and snag it. An 8-pitch inning from Zach Penrod. He shows some defensive acumen as well as a good ability to allow batters to get themselves out. We head to the third. It's 2-1 Glacier. Back here, we're in the top of the third inning. It is Sakara, Teixeira, and Gill. Dang, Gill, why do you have to screw up the... They got to get somebody with a name that falls in line better in that cleanup spot. No offense to Gill, who's already had a great day with his solo home run that he had last inning to lead off the frame. Abraham Sakara is 1-for-1 himself. He singled up the middle in his first at-bat. Stepping into the left-handed batter's box is Sakara, the Venezuelan by way of North Florida, 23 years old. Once again, stepping into the left-handed batter's box against the righty, Kevin Kyle. Squares to bunt. And he pulled it back, going to miss the zone. I was just about ready to call that a strike myself, and that one misses low. Kevin Kyle not being able to get those calls at the lower part of the zone, and that has really hurt him in the past 2 innings, driven his pitch count way up despite him still playing with a lead. This one fouled back into the netting. Count goes to 2-1. Hopefully the fans in Boise that are tuning in get a good sense of Flathead Field from the images that we'll show you. This one's a foul ball. Count goes to 2-2. We'll try and give you numerous different looks, of course, of our crowd, and you can see some of the backdrop as well. In shots like this, the trees beyond that left field fence. But I'll tell you what, there is nothing like actually being here in person. If you get the chance, as this one is hit into left field, a 2-for-2 day for Abraham Sakara. And he's aboard with no outs. Like I was saying, if you get a chance to make it up here, whether it's at the end of this series possibly, or maybe it's in future seasons and future matchups between the Boise Hawks, or maybe you just come up to visit Glacier or visit Flathead Lake, and within that you come out to come to see a Pioneer League team in action. Heck, if they're playing Idaho Falls, I'm sure Boise would cheer for Glacier in that instance. First pitch is fouled off from Juan Teixeira. Teixeira struck out swinging his last time, and then, of course, stepped in front of the way of the attempt to throw it to second with Sakara trying to steal. And that being said, look out for Sakara to possibly try and swipe a bag here. 0-1 coming in. Check swing up high. Holds off, though. Count goes to 1-1 for Teixeira. Teixeira played his college ball at FIU, Florida International University, down in his home state of Florida. 1-1. Swung on, fouled back. Count goes to 1-2. FIU, of course, a Division I school. Kevin Kyle has also played Division I baseball after San Joaquin Delta College in Stockton, California. He played a season at San Jose State University for the Spartans. However, that was the stunted spring 2020 season where all college athletics were cut short in mid-March. Fought off again, these Hawks being really pesky on 2 strikes, finding a way to stay alive in some counts, and they have struck out 3 times, but all 3 of those strikeouts, they made Kevin Kyle work. 2K will fire another 1-2 into Teixeira. Swung on, hammered to left field. It is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Juan Teixeira with a 2-run blast over the left field fence. It is a lead now for the Boise Hawks, 3-2. Nobody out here in the 3rd inning. The second scoring play for the Boise Hawks is similar to the first one, a home run, this time a runner aboard, as the guy who comes up now is the man who hit the first home run for the Boise Hawks. They hold a 3-2 lead. Juan Teixeira with his 13th home run of the season. RBI number 72 and 73. This one is a high foul ball down the first base line. Brody Wofford was the closest to it, made a long chug to it, could not make an over-the-shoulder grab. Count goes to 0-1 as the Range Riders now trail for the first time today. Kevin Kyle seeing Raymond Gill put that one to deep center over him the first time. 1-0-1 with no outs. Pitch in. Swung on. This one's carrying well out to left field. Broussard chasing back. And Broussard makes a phenomenal catch in fair territory down the left field line. Huge help to his pitcher who needed some after allowing a base hit and a home run to start this frame. Another well-struck ball by Gill, but he is robbed of at least 2 bases by Broussard getting on his high horse and making the play down in deep left field. First pitch in, finds the strike zone. I didn't think that was going to get called a strike just because of what we've seen called a strike by our home plate umpire, Eric Martinez. He's not giving those pitches at the knees to Kevin Kyle, but gave it to him there to start 0-1, and a swing and a miss makes it 0-2 on the designated hitter, Wallstad. Wallstad, 291 on the season, 3 home runs, 29 RBIs. Kyle fires that one, and it's foul down the left field line. Count goes to 0-2, or I should say it stays at 0-2. This one carrying to shallow left field. Broussard will come in. Backed up by Mcconnell, but needs no help as Broussard catches his second out of the inning. Comes Minder, a shortstop today. Minder, like I said, played his college ball for the Green Wave of Tulane. First pitch is a called strike into the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Count is now 2-1 right now. This one hit high and foul down the right field line. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It's 3-2 Boise. Sorry about that if we were having some technical difficulties with some sticky frames there, freezing up. Hopefully we put a fix to it. First pitch in here in the bottom of the third from Penrod into McConnell is a called ball. Count goes to 1-0. That's pitch number 40 for Penrod. That one also misses. Now it's 2-0 against McConnell. McConnell 0 for 1, deemed to have reached on an error his first time up. And the 2-0 will come in. That's a foul ball. Count goes to 2-1. No outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the third. That's another foul ball. Carbon copy of the first one. Count goes to 2-2. McConnell on the season, the Texas native, batting .286. He has 4 home runs, 30 RBIs. I already mentioned he leads this Range Riders squad in runs scored. 71, but he will not score from this at-bat. A strike 3 swinging for McConnell. He is the first out of the bottom of the third inning. And up comes Ryan Cash, who is 1 for 1 with a single into right field. Penrod, since that first inning, responded really well. Put down the side in order in the bottom of the second on 2 ground outs back to himself and a pop out. And now a strikeout has made it. So he has retired 6 straight, dating all the way back to getting the final 2 outs of the first inning. 1-0 is how we start the at-bat versus Ryan Cash. Ryan Cash, like McConnell, from the state of Texas. That one misses low and inside. Count goes 2-0. For the Boise fans that are just getting used to the Glacier Range Riders roster, Ryan Cash started his career at Oklahoma State before transferring to Oral Roberts University. And he laces that one into center field. A base hit from Ryan Cash. He's 2 for 2 on the day. And now up comes Livingston Morris. His first time up, had a good battle with Zach Penrod, but ended with a strikeout swinging. How will the second battle with Penrod go for the righty against the southpaw pitcher? Runner is going, and it will be a pretty easy steal for Ryan Cash, who puts himself in scoring position. Was a swing and a miss from Livingston Morris. So he goes behind 0-1 with 1 out. And now a runner on second. Penrod's pitch count is much lower than Kevin Kyle. Just at 48 pitches thrown. That one's in the zone. A called strike puts Livingston Morris behind 0-2. Runner's going again. The throw in there. Safe at third. Ryan Cash working his way all around the bases. The ball inside makes it 1-2. And man, if Livingston Morris can drive him home, he'll get an RBI, but Cash earns a good chunk of that by putting himself on first, second, and third. Doing it all himself. 2 stolen bases for him. And the infield is in with the tying run. Just 90 feet away. This one hit over to short, fielded and thrown to first on target and in time. A great situation for the Boise Hawks to have that infield in on, as it came off hard of the bat of Livingston Morris, but right to the shortstop Minder, who was able to look Cash back to third base. Up comes Brody Wofford with a chance to get himself an RBI. He struck out looking his first time up. First pitch is fouled back. Count goes to 0-1. That one misses up and in. Count goes to 1-1 now for Brody Wofford. Wofford, currently, he is atop the Glacier Range Riders charts in home runs this season. Sparked there by the 8 home runs in 8 games that he had. That one is a towering shot down the right field line. It's going to end up pretty much on top of the clubhouse beyond the right field fence, but foul. Count goes to 1-2, and that's how he does it. Gets such a great launch angle and puts it over the fence. That one just a little bit too quick to it. That one misses up high. Count goes to 2-2. The Range Riders, 3 straight wins coming into this contest. A key in those 3 straight wins have been their 2-out hitting. They have been clutch thus far. McCabe came through in the bottom of the first with a clutch at-bat. Now Wofford, another foul ball. Can he find gold with a tying run on third base in Ryan Cash, who reached with 1 out, stole second, stole third. And now just waiting for a punch that can get him across the plate. 2-2. Pitch in. Swung on, a high fly ball to shallow right field. Coming in is the right fielder Teixeira, who loses track of it before catching up with it for out number 3. The Range Riders put one on, get him to third, but leave him stranded. We head to the 4th. Kevin Kyle back out for his 4th inning of work. It has been a fluctuating couple innings for him. Allowing none in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. All of the scoring for the Boise Hawks have come off of home runs. Solo shot by Gill, a 2-run shot by Teixeira. First pitch, this one struck well out to center, but it's going to die out there, and Mcconnell, a late adjustment, grabs it in center field for out number 1. That's exactly what Kyle and the Range Riders needed. Quick outs to minimize the pitch count from Kevin Kyle. As I mentioned, the pitch count getting up there. He's at 73 is what I have him at. 19 in the first, 31 in the second, and 22 in the third inning for him. First pitch into Dudois is a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Just past 4 o'clock now in Hawaii for the second at-bat for the Hawaii native. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. This one swung on, hit to second base, fielded by Cash. He'll throw off balance, and we'll get it beyond the first baseman. The throw now into second. Dennison will not be able to field it cleanly, and it will go down, I believe, as a base hit, and then an E4 on Ryan Cash to get Dudois to second base. Comes Jace Bailey 0 for 0. He earned himself a walk. His walk loaded the bases. In the top of the second inning. First pitch here, misses up high. Count goes to 1-0. Yeah, it was a 4-pitch walk to Jace Bailey. And for the Range Riders, a huge flyout by Tyler Jorgensen that ended that half inning with the bases absolutely stuffed. That one misses low and in. Count goes to 2-0 as Kyle has thrown 6 pitches to Jace Bailey, and all 6 have not found the strike zone. This one swung on, dribbled back to Kyle, but it hit the foot of Jace Bailey before it got back to the starting pitcher. Count goes to 2-1 after the foul ball. Glacier Range Riders, of course, scoring first in this contest in the bottom of the first inning. In games where they score first, they have a winning record, 16-13, compared to 11-31 in games where the opposition is the first to bring a run across the plate. Big called strike there, pushes the count at 2-2. Also on Tuesday nights, Glacier Range Riders are 3-6 overall. Both these teams have struggled on the road this year. That's been a big part of their downfall. Just 10 road wins for the Hawks and 11 for the Glacier Range Riders. That one said to have missed just off the plate. Count goes full for Jace Bailey. Three-two, one out, runner on second. The pitch swung on, fouled back. Do 3-2 once again. Warm-ups starting to happen in the Glacier Range Riders bullpen. I think that might be number 35, Garrett Martin, who is preparing to come on. Garrett Martin, a Colorado native by way of Middle Georgia State. 3-2, swung on. This one's bammed out to left center field. Backing up, and it's a home run. Jace Bailey has gone yard for the first time in his professional career. A 2-run shot that makes it 5-2 in favor of the visiting Boise Hawks.
Number 24, center fielder, Tyler Jorgensen.
3 scoring plays, 3 home runs for the Boise Hawks. The Hawks on the season, that has been one of the things they've done well, is this one's hit on the ground and through into right field. A base hit for Tyler Jorgensen, and now one aboard with 1 out. And the clock might be expiring for Kevin Kyle, who's up at 84 pitches, and it seems like the Hawks are continuing to figure him out. Sakara, who has a 2-for-2 day already, 2 singles, was along for the ride on the Teixeira home run. He steps in now. These Boise Hawks are on a 7-game losing streak. The longest of the season. This one is a high fly ball down the left field line. Broussard tracking over and making the play in foul territory. It was a hit and run, so Jorgensen has to head back to first base. And up comes Juan Teixeira, who is first time up, yeeted one over the fence. absolutely connected with one down the left field line for his 13th home run of the season. Actually, I take it back. I said that the Boise Hawks hit home runs well. That's actually one of the things they've struggled with. This one's hit over to third, fielded and thrown on target and in time. The number that I was reading, the 81 home runs, that was the number of home runs they've given up, which is a high number. In terms of home runs they've hit, the Glacier Range Riders, coming into this contest, have hit nearly 20 more home runs than Boise. But they brought the long ball tonight. Another home run, this time the first in the career of Jace Bailey, makes it 5-2. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Back here, we're in the bottom of the fourth. It is 5-2 in favor of the visiting Boise Hawks, the last place team in the Pioneer League. Come in here, and they clearly have a lot of demons to exercise, and they have been taking them out on the baseball in the first 4 innings. 3 home runs to the tune of 5 total runs. First pitch to Eddie McCabe, misses the zone. Count goes to 1-0. Eddie McCabe, a clutch 2-out single that scored Ryan Cash his first time up. Now the 1-0. Swung on. This sounded like a broken bat hit over to first base, fielded by the first baseman, Gill, and he taps the bag for an unassisted out number 1. Comes Ryan Cole. Ryan Cole finished off the first inning by striking out looking. This will be pitch number 60 for Zach Penrod. Looked shaky in the first, really solid in this second. And, I say look shaky, allowed 2 runs, but really I believe they both go down as unearned against them. Double check that. Yeah, they do both go down as unearned. So count goes to 1-1 as that one misses. Shaky just in the sense of Range Riders were kind of seemingly start to figure him out. They were getting there with him. But found a way to minimize the damage, obviously, in the first when things weren't going his way. And other than his E1 that surely he was probably frustrated with, he has swung the hammer in the second and the third inning and gotten one away in the fourth. Swing and a miss as Cole swings out of his shoes. Count goes to 2-2. Ryan Cole, professional career still young, at 154 with still no RBIs. I got him down for no RBIs. We'll see. He is eventually able to pick up his first professional run brought in. Foul ball. Count stays 2-2. California native, played 5 years at the University of Notre Dame. As we see a couple shakes from Penrod. Fires the 2-2 pitch inside. Count goes to 3-2. 7 pitch at bat thus far for Ryan Cole. Worked it full. Payoff pitch coming. Penrod, the lefty, kicks and fires. Swung on and missed. Payoff pitch won by Penrod. We have 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th. Up comes Mason Dennison. Dennison 0 for 1, grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up. And he swings on that one, and it took a chunk out of the face mask of our home plate umpire. Seems to be okay. Just going to take a second to really wear that one. Our trainer for the Glacier Range rider, Sam Conrath, out there to check on him. Looks like our home plate umpire is okay. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2 versus Dennison after the pause. One misses up and away. Penrod, when he signed with the Texas Rangers organization, he was the 12th Northwest Nazarene player to sign with a professional franchise. This one is fouled. Or to sign with an MLB organization, I should say. They had another player named Billy King who signed in 2017. And there's been 7 different Northwest Nazarene players that have been drafted in the MLB draft. Misses. Count goes to 2-2 for Dennison. Dennison, of course, played most of this season with the Billings Mustangs. We're coming here and being a cog in the lineup. This one is hit to right center field. Coming in is Jorgensen. I believe he will make the play. Yes, he will, in right center field. Dispersed in order. Ground out, strikeout, fly out. We head to the 5th inning, 5-2 Boise. The new pitcher is Garrett Martin. He comes in after 4 innings and 5 earned runs against Kevin Kyle. Other stats for Kevin Kyle: 7 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. You see Garrett Martin standing there. Tall right-hander, originally from the state of Colorado, played his college ball at Marian University before finishing up his collegiate career with Middle Georgia State. First pitch is low. Count goes to 1-0. In this half inning, it's Raymond Gill, Wallstad, as well as Minder. The 1-0 pitch coming in. Swung on, foul. This season, a successful summer campaign for Martin in Battle Creek, Michigan, also known as Cereal City, is where Kellogg was founded. Battle Creek, Wisconsin, or Battle Creek, Michigan, plays plenty in Wisconsin. The Battle Creek Battle Jacks just changed their name from the Battle Creek Bombers. Count is 1-2 with no outs here to Raymond Gill, who's 1 for 2 with a home run. '11th home run of the season for Gill. As we get time called by Gill, who was waiting too long for the pitch from Martin. This one swung on, up the middle, a base hit from Raymond Gill, and he's aboard with no outs. The Boise Bats continue to stay hot. Ryan Wallstad 0 for 1 today. He's got himself a walk as well as a flyout. Should say for Gill, now standing on first base, this is his first start at first base. And also, he's hitting in the cleanup spot where Jacob Cruz has lived all year. First pitch misses inside. Count goes to 1-0. Just recently, a trade made between Grand Junction and Boise has sent Jacob Cruz to Colorado. Pitch misses low. Count goes to 2-0. For the new pitcher in the form of Garrett Martin. Currently an ERA of 23.14 right now. This one is popped up down the left field line. Coming over is Dennison, and eventually Eddie McCabe makes the play. Whew. Testy there, as Dennison, I think, wanted to call off McCabe, but McCabe was locked in on it the whole way. Eventually, Dennison gave way for McCabe. We didn't have a collision in foul territory, and a crucial out number 1 here for Martin to get that off his back. His last appearance, Martin was only able to get 1 out before he allowed the bases to be loaded against the Great Falls Voyagers, and then he was pulled in favor of Brett Barnett, who got out of the jam. Nice breaking ball there from Garrett Martin. That's the stuff you like to see. Count goes to 0-1. For him, the raw talent is there. You see it in the Northwoods League with the summer that he had with the Battle Jacks. And just, I think, about confidence and for him getting on the right track. That one misses in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. He allowed 2 home runs in his first appearance as a range rider. Martin sets. Swung on, laced up the middle. Going to be a base hit for Trevor Minder. Runner will stay at second.
Number 7, catcher, Jordan Rathbone.
Now Jordan Rathbone, 0 for 2 on the day, will come in. Rathbone strikeout and a line out to center. Other stats for Garrett Martin. 2 strikeouts to 1 walk for him thus far. First pitch will come into Rathbone. Swung on, it's going to be foul. Count goes to 0-1. Hit it right beyond his third base coach over there. Third base coach is the head coach, Gary Van Tall. He's in his second season as a manager of the Boise Hawks. Down misses in the dirt. Now they've got the runner in the pickle. Bates is going to eventually throw to second. Cash fields it, and it will be thrown out over at third. 2 for 5 to get a second out. Great job by Bates to block it, and then a great job by the infield to turn the play and get a run out at third base. Pitch was a ball, obviously, in the dirt, so the count goes to 1-1 for Rathbone, but now one less RBI he has a chance to bring. It technically goes down as a caught stealing, and again, you got to give credit to the block for Bates and quickly getting it into his hand where, it was caught dead to rights for Gill. That pitch, didn't see exactly what happened. So it's finishing, marking that last one down. And I don't think our scoreboard saw what happened either if something did happen. 1-1 for all we know. Foul ball. Count goes to 1-2. Okay, I thought I missed a pitch, but I don't think I missed a pitch now. I think we're all on the same page. It is 1-2, maybe. Technically, it does not go down as a stolen base for Minder. Just goes advanced on the throw. Two and 2 is the count that I have now. For Rathbone at the plate, a runner on second, chance to bring one across. Can the Boise Hawks bring one across by keeping it in the ballpark? That's the question we have yet to answer yes to. Maybe. No, this is a phenomenal play from Ryan Cash. What an outstanding effort from the Glacier second baseman. Oh, my word. Let's take a look at that one. Well, never mind. Replay's not going to work. What a phenomenal full layout extension from Ryan Cash. He gets out number 3. A scoreless fifth. We head to the bottom of the inning. Due up in this half inning, we have 8-9-1. As it is Bates, Broussard, and McConnell. Ryan Cash, a phenomenal full extension play over at second base to end that last half inning. That one hits the zone. Count goes to 1-1 versus Austin Bates, who's 0 for 1 today. He bunted into a 1-3 ground out his last time up. Great play by the pitcher, Penrod, who's at 75 pitches now. Nobody warming up in the pen for the Boise Hawks. This one swung on, carrying well to left center field. Going to get down for a base hit by Austin Bates, and the leadoff batter is aboard for the Glacier Range Riders in the form of their catcher. Of course, his starting pitcher on Sunday, Rob Hamby, the first base coach right now, as the previous starting pitcher has usual duties for as a Glacier Range Rider. And Rob Hamby, like Kevin Kyle, a Georgia Gwinnett guy that came to the Glacier Range Riders, and he has the luxury of pitching to the guy he pitched to this spring. First pitch is a ball inside to Brant Broussard. Count goes to 0-1 for the former LSU Tiger. The 1-0 pitch. That one misses. Count goes to 2-0. Zach Penrod, his last time out, he had a really solid outing. 5 1/3 innings pitched against Missoula. Allowed 5 earned runs, which is pretty good to allow an earned run an inning against the blazing hot Missoula offense. Is he got stung up in the peanut inning as it makes it 3-0 with the ball high. Pulled after 1 out into the 6th inning over in Missoula last week. He missed the entire first half of this season with an injury. 3-0. Pickoff attempt over to first the second time. An error will advance the runner. Bates will head to third. The throw into third gets by, but backed up by the pitcher. Ooh. Could have been an error all the way home for Austin Bates. And I'll tell you what, he made it in there with some time, but it took him about, a good 5 seconds to realize that the ball even got by the first baseman. But it was a crucial mistake for Zach Penrod, his second error of the day, where he throws it by the first baseman on a pickoff attempt. And maybe there is something that you can look at with the fact that Boise's not used to playing Gill over at first. This is the first time Penrod's dealt with Gill over at first. It'll be ball 4 and a walk. Runners on the corners, no outs. The tying run making its way to the plate, and it looks like pitching coach Mikkel Van Kampen will come up. I think this is Mikkel Van Kampen. Nobody warming up in the bullpen right now for the Boise Hawks. No outs, runners on the corners, and the top of the lineup coming up. Seems like they're going to ride their starter for at least a few more batters. You got to think, in a situation like this, it hasn't really been him. It hasn't really been his pitching. Of course, he got a hit against him from Austin Bates, and then obviously the 4-pitch walk to Broussard. Broussard is a guy that draws a ton of walks, though. A small strike zone and knows, like Ryan Cole, how to shrink it in crucial times. And now they are going to get a pitcher or two warming up in the bullpen for the Boise Hawks, as we do get action down that right field line. Up comes Ben Mcconnell, 0 for 2 tonight, listed as reaching on an error his first time up, and struck out swinging in his most recent trip to the plate. And it looks like more time being bought, possibly, as the catcher, Rathbone, comes out, makes a few signals. And now we'll finally set up behind the plate. Slow warm-ups going on as a catcher I see crouched down there, but nobody's throwing to him thus far. Catcher maybe catching balls from an invisible ghost warming up down in the pen. First pitch is a strike into Ben Mcconnell. Mcconnell waiting in the zone for another pitch in. Swung on, base hit from Ben Mcconnell. He'll bring across one run. Broussard gets the red light to stop at second. An RBI single from Ben Mcconnell makes it 5-3. Up comes Ryan Cash now after Austin Bates scores the third run of the contest for the Glacier Range Riders. 2 singles for Ryan Cash today, and he's got a runner on first, a runner on second, and that runner on first is a tying run. He's had Penrod's number today. Maybe he could have been caught out on a line out to the second baseman his first time up, but like I said, the hit and run with McConnell going on the pitch had the second baseman Dudois out of position to make that play. 83rd pitch of the evening for the pitcher Penrod. First pitch swinging as Cash tried to reach pay dirt against the left-hander once again. Could not come up with it on the first pitch of the at-bat. 0-1 is the count, no outs. Cash amongst Glacier Range Riders with a large sample size. He leads in terms of batting average. That one misses inside. He has to skip back out of the way of it. Count goes to 1-1. Lots of speed on the base paths, and Brant Broussard on second. Ben Mcconnell on first. Extra bases could easily mean both of them scoring. Of course, extra bases guarantees Brant Broussard scores. Swung on. It's fair down the left field line. Oh, it's not fair. I think that hit third base. Hogan is getting his money's worth here. He immediately turned. He is the one that's coaching third down there. You see that he immediately turned to our home plate umpire, Eric Martinez, and gave him more than just a piece of his mind. I'm going to pull up the replay on my computer as our replay system not working perfectly right now. That pitch misses up and away for Ryan Cash. Count goes to 2-2. You can back up in your... Oof. Oh, my goodness. That is a fair ball. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. Oof. That is a tough one to swallow, as it looks to me like the third baseman, Sakara, has his foot on the line and is fielding that as it's in the air. And the last place that it hit was in fair territory. Again, you can go back and look at it yourself. Slow it up. Again, apologies for our instant replay not working. But definitely an argument to make for Nick Hogan. Misses outside, and ball don't lie in the end, I guess, as Cash is able to reach. Bases will be loaded with no outs. This is a situation that salivates you if you're a Glacier Range Riders fan. No home runs ever hit in this ballpark. We are a year to the day of the announcement of the building of this ballpark. Can Livingston Morris step up? Swing and a miss from Livingston Morris. Gary Van Tol walked about 5 steps out of the dugout and then stopped and turned around. Bases loaded for Livingston Morris with no outs. Swing and a miss again. Morris comes up empty twice. The fans here, everybody who has seen a Glacier Range Rider's name, knows seen a Glacier Range Rider's game, knows Livingston Morris's name. He calls time there. He wants a chance to think about this 0-2. Bases loaded, no outs. Range Riders got to find a way to bring somebody across in this situation. Lefty-righty matchup. Penrod sets to fire. Swing and a miss. Morris comes up empty on 3 pitches swinging. The danger has not averted itself yet, though. Brody Wofford, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out, steps up himself, the Range Riders leader in home runs this season. Can he be the player to break out the rye bread for the first time at Flathead Field? 1 out now, bases loaded. Pitch. Swung on, broken bat, a chance for 2. Fielded, the flip for 1. The throw is in time over to first base. And it is a 4-6-3 double play. The bases loaded jam escaped from Penrod. We head to the 6th. It is 5-2-3. Back here at the top of the 6th inning. If you were watching the video over that break there, I can tell you what I saw on the instant replay of that Ryan Cash hit. Of course, it didn't end up working out that much differently, as it most likely would have been the same outcome. But nevertheless, Nick Hogan had a right to be a little upset, as it looked like that ball was fair down the left field line. There's a swing and a miss from Haloa Dubois. Dubois is behind 0-2 to the new pitcher, Trenton Toplicar. Toplicar making his Range Rider debut, and he is somebody that has been all over the ranks in terms of his professional baseball experience. Count goes to 1-2 there for Toplicar. He played his college ball at UC Riverside, the same place that Dean Miller attended. And then in 2018, took his talents as a free agent to the San Francisco Giants organization, where he's finished out 2018 with Salem Kaiser. This one's hit into the outfield. Going to be a base hit from Haloa Dubois. little bit more after Salem Kaiser in the Northwest League, which, funny enough, technically this is not his first time playing the Boise Hawks if he played in the Northwest League in 2018, as that's when the Boise Hawks were also in the Northwest League. Then in 2019, split his time between High A and A with San Jose and Augusta, mostly appearing for San Jose. 2021 had 22 appearances with Richmond. Before 2022, this season, he made 21 appearances with the Richmond Flying Squirrels before being let go by the San Francisco Giants organization and taking his talents to Northwest Montana. Up here is Jace Bailey, who homered for the first time in his professional career, his last time up. The 0-1 swung on a miss. Count goes to 0-2. Originally from Santee, California, is number 21. Toplicar, 6'4", 215-pound frame, and is currently 26 years old. The 0-2 swung on, popped up. It'll get out of play. Five to 3 is our score here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Toplicar. Got an ovation for the fan that ended up with that eventually. Toplicar played one season of summer ball. Played for the Corvallis Knights, which is a Western Collegiate League powerhouse, or West Coast League powerhouse. This one misses low and in. Count goes to 1-2. One of the opponents of the Cowlitz Black Bears, where Jace Bailey went to school, of course, or played his summer ball at. Another foul ball up and away. Count stays at 1-2. Of course, Bailey playing there this summer, and Toplicar playing there in the summer of 2017, a long time ago, it feels like. They have not matched up before. 1-2 with a runner on first in Dudois. Swung on, smacked out to left field, but foul down the left field line. Bailey not going down easy in this one. He's on base 1,000% at the time today. He has a homer and a walk. That one misses up at the head of Bailey. Life flashes before his eyes as the count goes to 2-2. No outs. Jace Bailey prepares to fire into Toplicar. Vice versa. Toplicar misses to Jace Bailey. Count goes full now. 3-2. No outs. Dudois on first. Toplicar trying to get his first out of his Pioneer League career. Runners going. Swing and a miss. The throw is not in time to second base. Dudois gets the steal, but the strikeout is successful. Back to the top of the lineup, Tyler Jorgensen. The Boise Hawks. This is game number 73 for Boise. And I can tell you they are already over their average in terms of hits per game. They average 9.3 hits per game. They have 10 with that hit by Dudois earlier this inning. That's a foul ball. Count goes to 0-1. Their 272 hits on the year coming in is good for last in the Pioneer League. 58 home runs is 7th, and their total runs scored, 428, is 9th out of 10. That one misses low. Count goes to 1-1. Other categories that they also coming in sit at the bottom of: triples, stolen bases, batting average, and slugging percentage. Smacks the zone. Count goes to 1-2. different Boise Hawks squad that we're seeing from what we've come to expect looking at the stats. Obviously, it's a Boise Hawks squad fighting for their life. If they get swept in this series and Grand Junction sweeps their series, that is happening simultaneously as we're calling this game, and I'll update you on that score in a second as this misses low. Count goes to 2-2. If both those things happen, Range Riders win all 6 here, Grand Junction wins all 6 against their opponent, who maybe they're not playing anymore, as I think we might have got a rain out in Grand Junction. But they're playing Rocky Mountain, in theory, in a series. If that happens, as we get a swing and a miss for strikeout number 2 for Trenton Toplicar. Up comes Abraham Sakara. Flied out in foul territory his most recent time up, but is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. It would officially eliminate Boise if they lose all 6 of these games. Grand Junction wins all 6 of theirs. Unlikely to happen. 2 sweeps. Sweeps in general in 6-game series are so difficult. At this level, somebody finds a way to find a win. That one misses the zone somewhere. Count goes to 1-0 for Sakara. Other update from around the PBL. In the North Division, the second half standings are led by Missoula. Count goes to 2-0. Led by Missoula by 3 games over Idaho Falls and Great Falls. Billings is in 4th, 4 games back of Missoula. And Glacier, 6 games back of the first place. Paddleheads round out the 5 in the North Division. In the South, it's Grand Junction leading the way. Ogden in 2nd, Rocky Mountain in 3rd, Northern Colorado in 4th, and Boise in 5th. This one's hit out to right field. A green light sending the run home. Oh my goodness. Out by a mile. Ryan Cole beams the runner at home. No chance for Dutois to make it across the plate. Keeps the score at 5-3. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Due up this half inning, we have 5, 6, 7. Eddie McCabe, as well as Ryan Cole and Mason Dennison. First pitch in there, swung on over to first base, fielded by Gill, and he taps first for out number 1. The second time that we've had a quick ground out to first for Eddie McCabe. Still Zach Penrod out there for his 6th inning of work, and this is exactly how far he made it his last time out. 5 1/3 inning before the peanut inning in Missoula got to him. If you don't know what the peanut inning is, the peanut inning is the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th specifically, when Missoula bats. That one is a called strike, count goes to 0-1. When Missoula bats, they say, if we score a run this inning, everybody gets peanuts. And the crowd goes nuts for it. It is ferociously terrifying. This one's hit out to right field, but it will be a fairly routine play on the run for the right fielder, Teixeira. 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Mason Dennison up now. Dennison on the day is 0 for 2. This Range Rider squad, since the first inning, it's really quelled up, and obviously last inning, bases loaded with no outs. This one's hit down the right field line, and it will be fair. It's a fair ball. Mason Dennison standing up into second base. Wow, I think Dennison kind of gave up on that and started running probably about 5 seconds too late, and maybe could have had a triple. Instead, he will hold up for a stand-up double. That one was perfect right down the right field line. Landed in fair territory, and now Austin Bates, who's 1 for 2 with a single into left field, has the speedy Mason Dennison on second for him. If you don't know, there was a quick delay there, and the reason is because if a catcher is on deck and not guaranteed to come up, or just in general, if they're not guaranteed to come up to the plate, they keep some of their gear on to improve the time which they can put the rest of their gear on if the inning ends. And so Austin Bates, standing on deck there, 2 outs, is wearing at least his shin guards, and then has to pop those off, put those back in the dugout. That's why it takes an extra second for catchers in this scenario. Bates swings on that one, fouls it back. Count goes to 1-1. 2 outs here. Runner on second in the form of Dennison. Lots of speed there. We did, however, see a similar situation in the last inning with 2 outs and a runner on second. A base hit into right field, but Ryan Cole lasered out Dudois at the plate. Penrod trying to get through 6 clean. Swing and a miss. He's 1 strike away from doing that, getting through his 6th inning of work without a run across on him in this inning. 2 in the first, 1 across last inning. That 1 run that did get across was Austin Bates. Dennison on second, being held there by Dudois, kept honest, and now a foul ball will keep it at 1-2. That was pitch number 100 for Penrod that I have. Out of those 100 pitches, Penrod has filled up the strike zone quite suitably, 63 out of 100 for a 63% strike percentage. None of the Glacier pitchers that we've seen, the trio, has reached a 63% mark in the pitches they've thrown. Kevin Kyle finished at 62%, Martin at 60%, and Toplicar in his first inning of work, 59% strike percentage. 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. Pitch in. Swung on. It's foul down the first base line. Bates on the season. That hit that he had in the last inning was just the 2nd of his Range Rider career. Of course, an incredibly small sample size, with this being game number 9 for him. This is up high. We go full. If Bates is not able to get out, makes way for Brant Broussard. The 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, a runner on second. Long look from Penrod. The pitch swung on, up the middle, caught by Penrod. He will flip for out number 3. Again, Penrod gets into some trouble, but he gets out of it clean. 5-3, we head to the 7th. Back here, we're in the top of the 7th inning. It is Trenton Toplicar out there for another inning of work. And he'll see 3-4-5. Juan Teixeira as well as Gill and Wallstad. First pitch is a called strike into the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Local time, Montana Mountain Time, whatever you want to call it, 9:09 p.m. here, just to the west of the Continental Divide. Count goes to 0-2 after a foul ball by Teixeira. Teixeira on the day, a home run, as well as a strikeout and a ground out. It's been all home runs that have scored the runs for the Boise Hawks tonight. 2 two-run shots, one of them off Teixeira's bat. This one's going to be a tough play. Dennison will field. Dennison will throw. Nice play from Mason Dennison to be able to turn that one. He makes it look so easy. Bang. Teixeira retired on the 6-3. Now up comes Raymond Gill. He's had a good night for himself, a home run and a single, 2 for 3. Swing and miss as he was looking to go a yard again. Count goes to 0-1. Glacier Range Riders in this next half inning. They got the speedy trio due up. Broussard, McConnell, and Cash. Swung on. This one is dribbled foul. Count goes to 0-2. Topicar, 5 pitches thus far this inning, 5 strikes. However, ineligible for an immaculate inning, with one of those strikes being an 0-2 ground out. Still be impressive if you kept it going, though. An immaculate inning has to be 9 pitches, 9 strikes, and 3 strikeouts. I'm not reading that off of, a book or anything. But if somebody told me that wasn't the case, then I've been thinking about an immaculate inning around my whole life. Doesn't matter. It was a ball inside, and the count goes to 1-2. Swing and a miss. Bates quickly grabs that one and tags the runner. He is so good behind the plate. Goes down as a strikeout swinging, and after 7 pitches, 2 are gone in the top of the 7th. Up comes Ryan Wallstad. Wallstad, haven't talked much about him. He is actually from one of the places where Trenton Toplicar played some baseball this year, Sacramento, as Toplicar reached as high as the Sacramento River Cats in the AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants before, like I said, spending most of the season with the Richmond Flying Squirrels. That one misses low. Count goes to 1-0. And Wallstad is from West Sacramento, California. Went to school there as well at Sacramento State. 1-0 is swung on, carrying down the left field line, but it's foul. Dang, I should have switched to that view right there. That would have had you. Great view there. Sorry, I'm running the clicker, the switcher clicker, as well as broadcasting the game and live tweeting and doing some other odd jobs here and there. But next time a ball's hit down that left field line, I'll give you this view if we have it. The 1-1 pitch coming in to Ryan Wallstad. Nice pitch that finds the lower part of the zone. Count goes to 1-2. Toplicar trying to get through 2 innings clean. Keep the damage at a minimum. Allow his offense to maybe work back into it, especially with a pitcher most likely coming out the bullpen with starting pitcher Penrod over the century mark. You do not see a lot of pitchers come out for another inning of work after reaching 100 pitches. 2-2 with 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on. Bat shattered. But it's right to Cash and fielded for an explosive and lumber-shattering out number 3. Stick around for the 7th inning stretch. Don't go anywhere. Sing along if you know the song.
Get those vocal cords ready. Look. And Cliff have found some friends, and here we go. Everybody sing.
It is the end of the day for the starting pitcher for the Boise Hawks, Zach Penrod, and he makes way to Mike or for Mike Peterson, a man that comes out of a town that you probably most notably know for the existence of Washington State University, Pullman, Washington, as this one is hit into left center field. Coming over is the center fielder to make the grab. It's Jorgensen all over it. One pitch, one out, but it was testy as it could have run on Jorgensen in left center field. But Peterson gets off to a good start. The Pullman native making his way here by way of the Sioux Falls Canaries, where he started off his professional career. He has 5 total appearances in 2 starts. He started twice last week, and both times struggled. An 8.18 ERA. As that ball misses, count goes to 1-0. An 8.18 ERA and 5 strikeouts to 4 walks in 11 innings pitched. There's a swing and a miss from Ben Mcconnell. Count goes to 1-1. Ben McConnell's got himself an RBI after picking up an RBI single his last time up. This one's fired into shallow left field, and the left fielder, Bailey, is right on top of that one. 2 well-struck balls, but 2 outs for the Glacier Range Riders. Right now they're starting to run out of time in terms of making a comeback. Of course, the past 2 nights, or 2 games, actually 3 games, the bottom of the 8th inning has proved to be really beneficial for the Glacier Range Riders. They don't want to leave it that late, though. They would much be able to utilize the heart of their order right here in terms of Cash, as well as Livingston Morris and Brody Wofford. Two for 2 on the day. Cash sees that one go in the zone, batting on the left-handed batter's box for the first time today. The switch hitter, now an 0-1 count. We do remind you that every home run hit here at Flathead Field this homestand, Hidden Homes Montana and Keller Williams Realty will be making a donation to a local charity. This one's hit into center field, a base hit for Ryan Cash, and technically the tying run will come to the plate here. This season, for this homestand, Hidden Homes Montana has chosen Hugh Rogers Whitefish Dog Park as their charity of choice. Livingston Morris would love to cash in a donation to the dog park in Whitefish. He would do so if he's able to go yard off Mike Peterson. First pitch in the zone, a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Livingston Morris 0 for 3 tonight. He has struggled. He is happy to see the end of Penrod. 2 strikeouts, including one with the bases loaded and no outs his last time up. 0-1. Pickoff attempt over to first base is unsuccessful as Cash is back in successfully. Cash has stolen 2 bases today. He stole second and he stole third in his first time up, or second time on the bases. 0-1. Swung on, fouled back, and Livingston Morris behind 0-2. Fires the 0-2, just a piece of it nabbed from Livingston Morris to stay alive. Something that I can tell you he has improved upon mostly this season is 2-strike foul balls. He swings with such intensity that it's so hard for him to change up where he's putting the bat. That one misses high. Count goes to 1-2. Tell you what, he still has ways to go in terms of his development as a player, but you've seen him make leaps in stride. Initial series used so much raw talent, then kind of hit a wall, and now he's striding again. This one is lashed foul, and that is the reason why there is a protector over there in the bullpen. That was number 26, a new addition to this Glacier Range Rider squad that was standing in front of the warm-up pitches with a glove on, knocking it down. Joey Hennessy, the hero. Another 1-2 pitch upcoming. That was the first one that you could really tell Morris connected with. Runners going, swung on. It's a dribbler. Over to third base, fielded and thrown. Sakara makes a great play to get a 5-3 ground out and end the 7th inning. It is still 5-3, Boise in front. We head to the 8th. Back here, we're in the top of the 8th inning. We got a new pitcher for the Glacier Range Riders. It's big Austin Steinfort. Steinfort stands 6'9", 240 pounds. Most recently played for the York Revolution, but he is what we call an OG, a guy that has been here since day one of this Glacier Range Riders franchise and has stuck it out through thick and thin. Of course, the opening 3-week-long road trip, turning the page to playing at home, and now in the stretch of 14 games straight in front of the home faithful. First pitch into Trevor Minder is a called strike, and you can see Minder's displeasure at that call. Count goes 0-1. Fouled back, count goes to 0-2. Steinfort on the year usually used as a closer, but right now trying to come on and essentially, they're using him in a situation to keep this score close. A 5.23 ERA, 3-1 record, and 4 saves for Steinfort. 0-2 pitch coming in to Trevor Minder. Swung on, back to Steinfort. What a play. Good ovation from the crowd here. We should have, on our pitch cam, caught a good shot of that one. Ooh, how about it? Coming right at the head. It'll do the trick. Big adjustment from last year to this year in terms of the obvious. He has been asked to be a relief pitcher rather than a starter, which is what was asked of him mostly with York last year. And you can see him slide into this closing role, this relief pitcher role, come out, throw an inning or two much more comfortably than when he was a starter last year and struggled to hit the zone. Speaking of, he's behind 2-0 to Jordan Rathbone, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Due up in the next half inning for the Glacier Range Riders, Brody Wofford, Eddie McCabe, Ryan Cole. Swing and a miss makes the count 1-2, or 2-1, excuse me. Guaranteed to see 4 through 9 in the lineup for Glacier if we go to the bottom of the 9th. However, magic has happened in the bottom of the 8th. Past couple games for Glacier. That one misses the glove of Bates. Count goes to 3-1 for Rathbone. Trying to reach for the first time today. 3-1 as Steinfort sets on the bump. Misses low. It'll be a walk for Jordan Rathbone. He'll reach first with 1 out. And now Haloa Dudois, who is 2 for 2 today. And a walk as well. The only flaw you can knock him for is being thrown out at home. Looked like the coach, the manager for the Boise Hawks, Gary Van Tall, was about to do something. But he decided to pull back on it. He took a couple steps toward the home plate umpire. It's the second time he's done something like that. He did that, almost took out his starting pitcher, Penrod, in the 5th inning, I believe. Or maybe that was in the 6th inning. First pitch misses low and away. Count goes to 1-0. Like I mentioned, he walked about halfway out, turned around, thought better of it, and ended up working out as Penrod was able to get himself out of the jam. The 1-0 pitch with 1 out and a runner on first. Foul ball. Count goes to 1-1 for Dudois. Other games going on in the PBL tonight. I mentioned Note Grand Junction versus Rocky Mountain, at least not that we get a score from. Final down in Ogden. The Raptors beat the Northern Colorado Owls 3-2. We'll wait for the pitch from Austin Steinfort here. Runner's going into second. Got him! How from Austin Bates once again proves his worth from behind the plate. Grabs the ball, throws to second. Rathbone caught by a Bates bullet. And 2 gone, now nobody on here in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-2. Steinfort had a couple impressive defensive plays that helped him out when he got the save on Sunday. Called strike 3. About it from Austin Steinfort. Gets a little help on the caught stealing from his catcher, and then plunks one into the lower inside corner of the zone for out number 3 and strike number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It is still 5-3 Boise. The Glacier Range Riders will see most likely a 2-inning save attempted by Noah Mcbride. He is the new pitcher coming on. Wearing the number 40, he's a left-handed pitcher. Mcbride, originally from Lakeside, California, finished up his collegiate career at Concordia Irvine after starting it at Northwestern, which is in Iowa. Should emphasize that that's Northwestern College, as this one is hit out to right field. Backing up is the right fielder, and he'll make the grab out on the warning track. What a phenomenal catch from Teixeira. As that one came off the bat healthy of Brody Wofford, but yet again, good defense. Able to make a great play and help out the pitcher, Noah Mcbride. Like I said, Northwestern College in Orange City, Iowa is where Mcbride played his first collegiate season, 6-3 record as a starter before shifting more and more to the pen. His final season at Concordia Irvine, he was a relief pitcher all the way and a 5-0 record, a 3.03 ERA. And this season at Boise, he has been solid, an 0-2 record. But he is a leader amongst eligible players, essentially, for ERA numbers. And he is the closer. Out of 6 saves, he has 4 of them. So you take a look, 6 saves, not a lot. It's been a struggle for Boise finishing out games, getting narrow wins and finishing them off, but they can do it right here. This one is popped up. It's in foul territory, running over his gill, and it will be out of his reach. Eddie McCabe will see another 0-2. Over his entire collegiate career, Mcbride, 12-7 record, 4.19 ERA, 4 saves, which already matches what he's done here for the Boise Hawks, and he had 125 strikeouts to 70 walks. The 0-2 coming in to Eddie McCabe. Opened up the scoring. That was the first RBI brought across, was by him. That one's low. He did not go, says our first base umpire, Mike Carr. Count goes to 1-2. Range Riders trying to mount a comeback in this game that has gone stagnant since Boise hit their 3rd home run of the day. This one misses up and away. Count goes to 2-2. It was a 2-0 game after the first inning, but a solo shot to lead off the second. Then 2 2-run blasts made it 5-2. In the bottom of the 5th, the Range Riders tacked one on, but a bases loaded no out scenario gotten out of by Penrod. That was really the last big chance for the Glacier Range Riders. Foul ball, it stays 2-2. McCabe right now trying to spark something. Since arriving in the trade from Great Falls, classified as somebody who, almost a direct quote from Nick Hogan, somebody that you can't not want to have in your locker room. Just a great guy. Everybody gets along with him. 2-2. Swung on. This one's off the foot of McCabe. Gonna have to sit on his keister to work that one out. McCabe staying alive right now, though. At the same time, McCabe is somebody who has been in and out of this Glacier lineup in terms of trying to be used. Maybe you use him as a bullet, a pinch hitter that you kind of keep in the pocketbook and use later, or do you find a way to put him in the starting lineups? He is versatile defensively. But again, something for Nick Hogan. He thinks McCabe needs to be one of those guys that plays every day and he can really get into a rhythm. This one swung on to right center field. It'll get down for a base hit. It'll hit once. McCabe going for second. The throw in, not in time. Eddie McCabe, a stand-up double with 1 out. Launches that one in there, and you see him. As soon as that one hit down, he read it off the ground. Chugging for second. No chance to get him. A stand-up double for Eddie McCabe. Now Ryan Cole represents the tying run coming to the plate. McCabe goes to 2 for 4 on the night. Range Riders have left too many runners in scoring position, I think. That's not just me saying that. I think Nick Hogan would tell you the exact same thing, as well as every range rider and every fan in the stadium. First pitch misses low to Ryan Cole. Count goes to 1-0. 10th pitch for Noah Mcbride. Mcbride on the season, clearly listed for 2 losses. You can assume in his closing role that those likely might have also been blown saves. McCabe on second there. Good speed that you saw a little bit on the double. Ability to move when he gets going. This one misses in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. On deck is Mason Dennison, who hasn't done much today. Did get that double down the right field line. But like a lot of range riders, left stranded. 2-0, 1 out, runner on second. McCabe's not going too far from second base. This one misses low. Not getting the call there is Mcbride. And that is one that you need to get the call of if you're the southpaw. Now you're down 3-0 to a guy who was playing in Omaha, Nebraska in the College World Series a few months ago. Misses high. Cole will walk on 4 pitches. Mason Dennison now has the chance to come up and break this game wide open. Cabe on second, of course, but Cole, ton of speed on first base. Last time up, it was an opposite hit down the right field line for Mason Dennison that he was able to reach second on. Now Dennison, a huge chance for the Range Riders. Tying run is on the bases, and we're going to get a late time called for the umpire to make for the coach of the Boise Hawks, the pitching coach, Mikkel Van Kampen, to take a nice slow walk out to the mound. As we have a meeting of the minds between Van Kampen, Mcbride, and the catcher. Some updates from around the league. I mentioned Ogden beating Northern Colorado. The other 2 games involving northern sides, Billings beating Great Falls 6-4 in the top of the 8th, and Idaho Falls, who we are rooting for, if you're a Range Rider fan, to beat Missoula, currently trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. If you're a Glacier fan, any Missoula loss is good, but also just in general, you kind of just need the North to beat up on each other. 500 records all the way around is an absolutely perfect situation. A long meeting at the mound finally concludes. I don't think Mike Spears, the pitching coach for the Range Riders, has ever taken that long in a meeting. He is known as one of the coaches with the paciest meetings. It's essentially a fast walk out to the mound, says a few things, fast walks back. And I know other broadcasters appreciate that greatly. First pitch swinging for Mason Dennison. He tried to golf it up into the jet stream. Comes up empty, count goes to 0-1. On first and second. Of course, Cole not being held on first with the runner on second. Allowed a good leadoff. That one way early in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. Again, I say dirt. It is artificial turf technically, but bear with me as I just stick to old baseball terminology. It is brown-colored turf specifically, but I'll say dirt if it hits the brown. 1-1 with 1 out into Mason Dennison. Misses up high. Count goes to 2-1. On deck is Austin Bates, but scratch that. Look in the on-deck circle. It is Drew Sims taking his warm-up swings. Unless we get a double play here, Drew Sims will pinch hit. 2-1 with 1 out. Swung on. That bat is Dunzo. Splintered, and Dennison will have to grab a new one. All these guys, they get an affinity with their bat. I can tell you it is always tough to have to say goodbye to one. A lot of these guys get their own bats, whatever they're comfortable with, whatever brand they're comfortable with, whatever. And at the same time, there are team bats. There are a stockpile of those that the players are free to use because, of course, you don't want to force the players to have to buy all their own stuff. It can get expensive, especially if you're Livingston Morris, who breaks a bat every other at-bat. 2-2 coming into Mason Dennison. The pitch swung on and missed. Dennison comes up empty. And now it'll be a huge pinch-hitting opportunity for Drew Sims. 2 outs for the Utah Valley University graduate. 5 seasons with the Wolverines. Ton of experience. And the chess match will be shifted. It is a pinch batter. Pinch hitter. And we turn around. And it is a new pitcher. Whew, don't go anywhere. The new pitcher is going to warm up. We got 2 outs. We got 2 on. It's the bottom of the 8th. An exciting at-bat coming up. Oh, the chess match never stops with these baseball managers. Drew Sims coming into pinch hit. He's yanked back when the new right-handed pitcher comes in. And then David Kiriakou is now the man who steps up, bringing a lefty bat in, a guy who is the last time up as a Glacier Range Rider, smacked a home run down the right field line to win the game for the Glacier Range Riders against the Great Falls Voyagers. Kiriakou, a huge chance. The Kansas Jayhawk will step in to face off against the Hawaii Rainbow Warrior in Buddy Pindell, the new pitcher. First pitch in. Thought about going, held back. Count goes to 0-1 as it hit the zone. David Kiriakou will not stay in the game at catcher. I can almost assure you of that. Pindell in his rookie season, originally from Las Vegas, but like I said, played his baseball at the University of Hawaii. That one misses up high. Count goes to 1-1. Kiriakou, an incredibly small sample size, but he's 2 for 4 as a Glacier Range Rider with 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Not a bad margin. Right here, just a base hit would do. At least bring one across. This one swung on. It's popped up. The catcher is over. Rathbone makes the grab as he spills to the turf. It is a huge out. Number 3 in the bottom of the 8th. 2 runners left stranded. We head to the 9th. It is still 5-3 Boise. Back here, we're in the top of the 9th inning. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Boise Hawks. Jace Bailey, as well as Jorgensen and Sakara. Justin Coleman comes on. He will most likely pitch this final inning. Jace Bailey, one of the 2-run homers, was off of his bat, and his homer essentially is the difference right here in this 2-run ball games. And his home run counted for 2 runs. Pretty simple math on that one. He steps up. He'll be the first batter to face Justin Coleman. The last time we saw Justin Coleman, he got a beautiful save in the top of the 9th inning on Saturday night against the Great Falls Voyagers. First pitch in the zone. Drew Sims, we should say, is the new catcher. So all sorts of chess pieces moving here. Drew Sims was going to be the pinch hitter. Then he was pulled back. Kiriakou came in, popped out foul. And then we go back to Drew Sims, who comes in for Austin Bates at catcher. Swung on, all right, over to first, fielded by Wofford. And Wofford will tap first on target and in time. No throw, but his toe was on target and in time to first base. 14 games in a row for me, too, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez. Tyler Jorgensen steps up. Jorgensen, 1 for 4 on the day. First pitch in from Justin Coleman. Blistering into the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Justin Coleman is somebody that has clearly stuck out as a man who's had a successful season, a 5.02 ERA. Still looking for his first professional win, 0-1 record. This is his 24th appearance, and he's the closer for the Glacier Range Riders, 4 saves. Splits those duties with Austin Steinfort, who pitched the 8th inning. Definitely an interesting pitching lineup we're seeing in this game. Not what I would have predicted if you would have told me the situations. This one is also hit over to first, also fielded by Wofford, and also a tap of the toe that is in time. 2 straight unassisted ground outs to Brody Wofford. Abraham Sakara up. Great night for him. 3 for 4. 3 singles, though. Would love some extra bases with Sakara. The Venezuelan prepares to receive. Buttery little breaking ball finds the zone. Count goes to 0-1. 2 outs here for Justin Coleman, trying to work a 1-2-3 top of the ninth that maybe gets some momentum going for his offense in the bottom half of this inning. This one's hit to second, fielded by Cash. Wofford scrambles to first and grabs it. 3 quick ground outs, and the last chance for the Range Riders coming up. 9-1-2, Broussard, McConnell, and Cash. Can the speedy trio spark a comeback at Flathead Field? Brant Broussard will lead off the last chance for the Glacier Range Riders. Their longest win streak of the season is 4 games. They are currently at 3 games, trying to equalize that record that they had in the first series. They won the first game against Colorado Springs, Rocky Mountain Vibes. They lost the second game, then they ripped off 4 straight. Since then, they have not been able to tally 4 wins in a row. They're going to need at least 2 runs before they get 3 outs here as Pindell comes back out to try and close it off, get himself a save. First pitch, smacks the zone, a called strike. Count goes to 0-1 against Brant Broussard. Pindell on the season has mostly been a starter for the Boise Hawks, a 5.48 ERA, a 4-4 record, 11 appearances, 7 starts, and he has 53 strikeouts to 8 walks, an incredible strikeout to walk ratio. That's a foul ball that has Brant Broussard behind 0-2 to Buddy Pindell. Pindell, 3 seasons at the University of Hawaii, a 7-3 record, 3.87 ERA. And he was used as a closer a fair amount of that time for the Rainbow Warriors. 5 saves over those 3 years. 3 in 2021, 2 in 2022. Called strike 3 as Broussard is retired on 3 pitches. Buddy Pindell has 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. Objective number 1, especially with these 3 due up, has to be get the tying run on base. Then you turn it over to Livingston Morris and Brody Wofford. But if Cash or Mcconnell can get on, it is far from over because Livingston Morris, while he has struggled tonight, could easily tie this game with 1 swing of the bat if he has a man on for himself. Ben Mcconnell fouls that one back right over my head. It's 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Buddy Pindell. The 0-1 with 1 out, bases empty to Ben Mcconnell. A called strike. Count goes to 0-2. (0-2), 1 out. McConnell prepares. Righty versus lefty matchup. Swung on, cracked foul. And while it keeps the count at 0-2, it does break up a possible immaculate inning that Buddy Pindell was 5 pitches into. Crowd trying to spark some life into McConnell to fight off an 0-2. 1 out. Cash waits on deck. Swung on, foul ball. McConnell, I think, will refuse to go down looking. Crowd support unwavering on a healthy crowd Tuesday night. 0-2 into Ben McConnell. Swung on, just a piece of it from McConnell. Once again staying alive. Pindell refusing to throw a ball. And even if one of those would have been a ball, McConnell refusing to take a pitch. 5-3 is our score right now. Tying run is on deck, in theory. The 0-2, Pindell sets to fire. Called strike 3. Pindell has not thrown a ball through 9 pitches, and the Glacier Range Riders are down to their final out on their home field. Cash is the final chance. Livingston Morris begs for a chance on deck. Cash has had himself a night. He is 3 for 3, 3 singles and a walk. First pitch is up high. The first ball thrown by Buddy Pindell. Only took him 10 pitches to do so. Cash not only leads this team in batting average, but he also leads in on-base percentage, on-base percentage of .413 as a Range Rider this season. The 1-0 coming in to Ryan Cash. Rocks it into center field. Coming over is Jorgensen. Jorgensen camps under it. Jorgensen fields for out number 3, and the Boise Hawks have pulled off the victory in Game 1 here at Flathead Field. The save goes to Buddy Pindell. What an outstanding effort it was from him. Out of the pen, coming on in a tough situation and helping the Range Riders continue to do what they did all night, which was strand runners on the bases. The winning pitcher is Zach Penrod. He threw 6 innings, allowed 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The losing pitcher will be Kevin Kyle. 5 earned runs, all against him. 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. He goes to 0-3 on his professional resume. Pindell goes 1 1/3, 2 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Offensively, who stuck out for either side? Well, I could tell you the Boise Hawks offense just impressed me in general. 11 hits for them. It quelled up at the end, but they really made the Range Riders work in the early going. A 3-hit night for Abraham Sakara, 2 for Haloa Dudois, and Raymond Gill as well had 2 hits. The home runs, however, were the scoring plays. Gill with 1, Teixeira with 1, and Bailey with 1. Teixeira and Bailey both brought across 2 on their home run shots. On the other side, 3 for 4 night from Ryan Cash. Eddie McCabe had 2 hits. Bates, Dennison, and Mcconnell each had 1. The RBIs came 1 apiece from McCabe as well as Dennison, and a double from McCabe and McConnell with RBIs, McCabe and Dennison with doubles on the day. However, the unfortunate storyline, 3 left on base from Wofford. Kiriakou left 2 on base, and a total of 8 Range Riders stranded on the base paths. A tough one to swallow for the Glacier Range Riders, who wanted really a sweep or at least a decisive victory in this series, and they're going to have to rip off 5 straight for that decisive series victory. That definitely is something that they're searching for. With a potential Missoula win in the books, as they are up 6-4 in the top of the 9th, looking to close it out very well, the tragic number for the Range Riders could fall to 17 on this season. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. Boise fans tuning in to Flathead Field for the first time, we apologize for some technical difficulties, but we hope you enjoyed the first broadcast of the Boise Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders from Flathead Field. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for the next 5 games of this 6-game stretch between the Boise Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders. The final score of the series opener, 5-3 in favor of the visiting Boise Hawks. My name is Scott Gladstone. Please have a great rest of your night and stay safe out there.